Hello everyone, this is Methyl Kaiju, and today I'm back with another video this time for Godzilla vs. Kong. And despite the movie coming out, there's a lot of brand new content, including the 2 brand new prequel novels. Lots of images floating about. If you want to see the actual images, then check the annotation above. And we also have the brand new novelization, which delves more in depth into the actual plots and the characters, which of course are not even fleshed out whatsoever, or not even seen in the movie itself. After all, there is technically a 5-hour cut of Godzilla vs. Kong, so obviously a ton was cut out, and some of that cut out stuff was definitely some of Ren's characterization, or I should really just say all of Ren's characterization for that matter. And thankfully the novel does go more in depth into that, and that is what this very video will be specifically about, including Ren's viewpoints in terms of how he relates to Godzilla, and also some details about this particular scene, which are Ren's supposed quote-unquote death scene. So really interesting stuff here, and let's just begin right now. So first let's start out with Ren's overall viewpoint towards Godzilla. So we have this particular scene where he's looking at Godzilla, and it's obviously not known what exactly he's thinking, but in the novel it does say what he's thinking, and this is exactly what he says, or at least in his mind. "Hello brother," he thought. "They don't learn, do they? Those pitiful weapons can't stop you, but I can, I will." So it seems like Ren has a brotherly type association with Godzilla. He sees Godzilla as a sort of brother, which seems a little bit odd, but it also makes sense. Ishiro Serizawa, his father, did praise Godzilla. He loved Godzilla. He almost saw him as a son of sorts, you could possibly say. Ren Serizawa realizes that, and so he sees, by default, Godzilla as a brother. The brother that gets all the attention, the one who's seen as the savior of the world, unlike him. And so that's why he has a big disdain towards Godzilla, which does make a lot of sense. So I guess that's his overall viewpoint towards Godzilla. Overall, extremely interesting. But now let's get on to the Ren Serizawa electrocution scene, which is supposedly his death, and the thing that comes with it. So this first segment is a little bit lengthy, but this is all in Ren Serizawa's POV. So it says, "He put on the helmet and started the Lincoln. He felt the life energy waiting. No, not waiting, multiplying, like living cells. And the artificial intelligence was going nuts, pouring out packets of nonsense information, swamping the system. And the skull itself, it seemed to be pulsing in rhythm with his heartbeat. Not just pulsing, but shrinking, closing in on him. But no, that wasn't it. He was growing larger as the cells multiplied, filling it up, merging with the bone itself. He felt the connection established, felt his will begin to filter over to the other skull, the control mechanism of his Gojira, expanding all the while, filling it up too. But it suddenly wasn't one way anymore. It was not just him entering the machine. Something else was also entering him, oscillating, a feedback loop between his consciousness and the AI. He felt a million years of rage rising in him, hatred that transcended time and space. He felt as if he was sinking into it, dissolving, as another mind full of terrible alien thoughts began to take his place. He tried to take the helmet off, but couldn't feel his hands. He opened his eyes and realized he was in the mecha, staring at Simmons through the glass. But when he tried to move the mechanical hands, they couldn't move either. At least not when he wanted them to. But the mecha was moving. The other was moving it. And so it did so. Ren's field of vision began to shrink, pixelating at the edges. Images flashed in staccato bursts, recognizable for an instant then gone. He saw a shadow in the distance. A man. "Dad? Daddy?" The man looked back at him and smiled. Then he too broke apart, and the thing that called himself Ren was gone. And it had arrived. It did not know who it was or what it was, but it was full of rage and the black joy of finally being and having limbs and teeth, a boundless, unending energy at its command. It saw everything as a blur, but as the one known as Ren died, its vision sharpened. It felt its hands, its legs, its fins, everything. So this right here clearly is showing Ghidorah taking control of Mecha Godzilla. But not only that, it also specifically says how something is immersing in him. Literally, it's going in him. So it seems like Ghidorah's consciousness went into Ren Serizawa. There's a part of Ren Serizawa that's in the mecha, that's now being controlled by Ghidorah. But there's also the Ren Serizawa, the actual physical Serizawa, just sitting there in the skull. And Ghidorah has taken control, at least that is what it appears. And then, once Mecha G just completely destroys the facility and goes haywire and whatnot, Madison Russell and Team Godzilla are like wondering how to stop Mecha G, and that's where we have this specific line, or these specific lines. The guy in the skull is controlling it, Madison thought. All we have to do is get the helmet off of him. But when she tried to return to the control room inside of Ghidorah's skull, she found that it had been annihilated when Mechagodzilla killed Simmons. She found no signs of the pilot. So Ren Serizawa is literally gone, like physically he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, and pages afterwards never mention Ren Serizawa again. So this is all we see of him afterwards. So this is extremely interesting. Ren is being controlled by Ghidorah. Ghidorah clearly went inside of him. Ren died, as in his true soul, his true emotions, his true consciousness, they're all dead. They're all corrupted. Now it's Ghidorah taking hold. And now his body is just completely gone. I think this right here is telling us Ren Serizawa is alive. But not the Ren we all know, but rather the Ren that is being controlled and manipulated by King Ghidorah. Maybe Ghidorah knew in case Mecha G fails for some reason, then I'm gonna go to this human being right here, Ren Serizawa. Ren Serizawa will be me, I guess you can say. So, I think that's what it entails. I don't know, I guess you can read it in different ways. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think? I think this right here is showing us that Ren Serizawa is indeed alive and has Ghidorah's consciousness in him, or at least a part of it. So, really, really interesting stuff. And honestly, this is kind of what I hoped for, because Ren, I don't want Ren dead. I want to see Ren again. And this allows Ren to be seen again. I mean, he could be completely dead, he could be annihilated and whatnot. But I would imagine Madison Russell, when she's looking at the Ghidorah skull and all that stuff, would actually find, I don't know, Ren's dead body there or something, or in the rubble. But nothing. Nothing. Just the body's not there, that's it. Boom. So, I don't know. I guess he could be dead, but he could also be alive. Tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment. This is Metal Kaiju, signing out.